Coach Nguyen joins us today to talk some Emory cross country. Coach, the men's and women's teams back in action. Friday, you guys go up to Tennessee, Chattanooga for a meet.
Yeah, we're going to head up there. The men are running a 7K, so it's a little odd distance, but it'll be a good test, a longer race than the first one, get them more, more in tune with what they're going to be doing for most of the season.
Talk about, it's kind of an interesting field, kind of a lot of Division I, Division II, Division III teams. So that's both teams will see a kind of a variety of competitors.
Yeah, I think it's good for us, to do that. We want to constantly raise the bar with our performance, and to do that, you got to go against good competition. And so, I think going to meets that have teams from different divisions will help us with higher levels of competition and getting used to that for when it comes time for championship season.
This will be your first meet since a couple of weeks ago. Your team went out over to Jacksonville, Alabama. Talk about the progress of both teams as you see it since that first meet.
Yeah, I think both teams ran really well at the first meet, and then just kind of locked in and worked hard for the last few weeks. And that was kind of the message was, all right, we kind of got a test of our fitness. Now let's get to work and really get after things. And so they've been working really hard. I don't expect them to be super fresh for this weekend, but I think we'll compete hard.
Let's talk about maybe, obviously it's been really brutal here, a lot warmer than normal this time of year. Just talk about kind of the effects, any effects that you've seen that the climate may have had on these kids.
Yeah, so we're actually practicing in the morning every day. So we're getting it done before it gets really hot, but I mean, it's still humid, it's still warm in the morning. They handle it really well, actually, and just taking care of their bodies, making sure they're being well fed and hydrated and all that stuff. And so we haven't actually had any really negative effects from the heat so far.
In looking at a lot of coaches say their improvements are major improvements are made from maybe like the first game to the second game, or the first match to the second match. I mean, for the people who are running this weekend, are you looking for like significant improvements from that first meet, or?
Not really. I'm just, I'm just looking for the way they compete and the way they handle themselves in race situations. I think that's really important for us right now because, again, we're working hard and they're not going to be super fresh, but it's just seeing how they respond when they're challenged in a race.
All right, Coach. Thanks very much for your time. I'll let you get back to work. Good luck Friday, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.